How are you guys today?
Good, thank you.
Very good, thank you.
I'm very good, thank you very much. So, you've been away for a bit. I think your album was out in 2009, was it?
No, we had our first EP was out in 2009, and then we went away to record our first album, which comes out next month, actually March the 7th.
So it's been 2 years in the making.
Yeah.
Have you been just recording, or has anything else been?
Well, we recorded. We went away and we recorded 3 songs. Originally, we were thinking of doing another EP, and then we kind of sat on them for a while and did a year of kind of gigging and things like that, and kind of developing other songs. And then we decided at the end of almost a year ago to go back in the studio and kind of finish off the whole album. And then we've kind of sat back for a while again. Really, I don't know why.
Yeah, it kind of was sort of made in 3 parts, the album. Once we'd come out of the studio with it, we took it home, if you like, and played with it for quite a long time and just tinkered and sort of turned it on its head a little bit, chopped it up and did some extra sort of production work, which kind of took longer than I thought it was going to.
About 3 months, and the end of us just every day and all day and all night, just me and Jason going a bit crazy.
Yeah, because it's through your own label.
Yeah.
Was it touch and go, or did you have to learn a lot of the processes to basically record an album?
I think we sort of knew a lot of it already, but I think we definitely perhaps honed them a little bit making that album and smoothed them out a little bit. We were definitely a bit more kind of...
I think that was the problem with it, is because it went on and off so long, and you're constantly learning stuff. So you get to the point where you just learn something new, and then you want to go back and kind of sort of reshape the old tracks like that. So
yeah, we did find we had to go back to the original 3 and sort of rework them quite heavily. But that was all part of the fun, really.
Would you do it differently next time?
Depends.
I think we probably set out to do it differently. Whether it turned out any different, I doubt it.
We'd like to. I know definitely our drummer and bassist would like to do something where I don't know, it's just more a band in a room kind of feel, kind of thing, which we'd definitely like to do, but we can't help but tinker.
Yeah, we had to sort of hand over the reins of production to somebody else who kind of slapped us on the wrist when we were starting to over tinker, probably, because it's just in our nature, I think. But then, yeah, I think with every recording, you approach it with a definite game plan and this sort of mental outline of how it's going to happen, and invariably, a month or 2 months in, that doesn't always add up, and you have to change it.
You get different influences along the way as well. You get something.
Yeah, somebody brings an album in, and you think, oh yeah, we've got to.
Oh no, we got to re-record the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or try and rework it into it a little bit.
And I managed to get more and more depressed because we just keep recording vocals and other stuff.
Would you advise bands to get their own labels and do it the way you're doing it, or?
I mean, the recording, definitely. For recording, it's great because you have all the control and you get to do whatever you want. But for releasing it, there's only so far you can really go, I think, independently. I mean, I guess it depends what's most important to you. At the moment, this is what's most important to us, but then you kind of see where it takes you and how your priorities change, I guess.
And the sort of limitations of it versus the advantages.
Because I mean, so much, if you want to have a big record, you've got to have advertising and marketing and things, and if you're independent, there's no way you can facilitate any of that really. So, but it does give you so much more freedom as a band, which is, I think it's important, at least on your first record or 2, to kind of show the way you want things to be done, at least.
Even if it takes 2 years.
So you got a release coming up? Can you tell me about the song?
We've got a double A-side actually coming out on 14th of February on Valentines Day, digitally, and then 28th physically in shops, which is a song called Morning Lights and a song called Fingerprints. And we kind of wanted to do something that was sort of 2 sort of flip sides, partly of the band and also because it was Valentine's Day of kind of a love story kind of thing. So one's quite positive and romantic, and the other one's quite bitter and upset and angry.
Which is which?
Fingerprints is the unrequited love song, and Morning Lights is everything's working out quite well.
And they're obviously all personal, yeah?
Yeah, the album's quite personal.
You mentioned Valentine's Day, and I've been asking everyone I interviewed this week, what would their perfect Valentine's date be? And you're the first guys I'm asking, so this should be a good one.
Well, I'd say doing a gig.
Yeah, we're doing a gig this Valentine's Day actually, so we've managed to get out.
I don't know, you're much more inclined to probably raise Valentine's Day.
I'd like to say I'm sweet on Valentine's Day, but I'm quite hopelessly romantic, but I'm actually quite bitter about it. So, I don't know, I think every day should be Valentine's Day in hard countries. Shouldn't really. But yeah.
That is the best answer I got so far. Tell me a bit about the album. It's called Somersault?
Yeah, it's called Somersault.
Where's the name coming from? And
the name, there's a track on the album called Somersault, and it's just about the feeling of falling in love, basically, and kind of highs and lows, and just keep tumbling, kind of thing. And the whole album's pretty much about love, really, and the good and bad, kind of. I mean, it's all pretty much about requited love, most of it, and all about trying to get someone to fall in love with you. And not in chronological order, which we did tamper with for a while.
Do you guys write together, or who does
I
what?
normally write the songs, and then I kind of do like a rough demo, and we take it to the band, and everyone kind of develops their parts, and then me and Jason do all the production. And Jason's got an incredible background in production.
So we sort of finish it together, and then maybe pull it apart a little bit.
Yeah, restructure it kind of.
Yeah.
Particularly the Fingerprints, actually, one of the new singles. That when I first wrote that, it was a very kind of just commercial me on piano kind of track, and when we got into rehearsal, we just decided to scrap it all, and kind of now it's it changes time signature. It goes into like a waltz at one point.
So they're both, I suppose, from that angle and how they were put together, they're both a bit like that, because the band sort of pulled both of those apart. Pat, the drummer, pulled Morning Lights apart when he first heard it, and the reason it's got the pace and the sort of overall feel and stuff.
He's done that. It's a really fun track, actually, because when we first did that was definitely a ballad, and it was a very kind of sweet ballad. And he turned it into a bit more of a, not a party track, but
he sort of stamped
it's a foot on the floor going throughout kind of thing.
Let's make this fun.
Yeah, exactly. So those two songs are very, very much collaborative in the arrangement and
it's all production arranged by the band.
And when can people see you perform live?
Yeah, we have a gig on the 14th, which is at Dublin Castle, and then we have one on the 18th, which is at the hospital for a fashion show after party. And then we've got some coming up in March and April, but they're all kind of get finalised. And we're trying to sort out a tour at the moment around England, but doing sort of one gig a week, travelling around and stuff. But yeah, we'll be up on our website.
The 18th is, I think people have to let us know they're coming.
Yeah, anybody can come, but it's a guest list thing, so they have to kind of email us and let us know.
And you were saying earlier you might develop a living room gig idea.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Originally I said it as a joke, and then people thought it was a good idea, so we might do it actually.
Yeah, we were trying to think of ways to sort of, I don't know, kind of bring the whole music thing, album thing into a bit closer to people. So, because with Facebook and Twitter and stuff, you feel like people
can tell you what they want.
Yeah.
Really. So we thought, why not ask who wants us to play where, and then we can go to the fans' living room and invite their friends.
And our tape deck cannot work. And
and do it in a more relaxed environment kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
It's kind of like on demand or something, possibly. Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.